Well, hi there. So we just got the beeper going off on our next loaf of bread here. And let's see how that one turned out. Take a look. Came out
Looks
really
great.
nice, yes. So what we wanted to do today is just talk about a few tips that may improve your bread as you go along and you keep practicing. One thing is, let's talk about baking time. So we have said in the first video 20 minutes, but depending on the type of flour you're using, depending on the climate zone that you're in, and that has to do with the altitude, like we are at 3,400 feet. At different altitudes, the yeast reacts differently. So if you find that your bread is staying moist on the inside, give it some more time. Give it 25 to 30 minutes and experiment to let that baking time expand and see what happens. Another thing is also the water level. We set between 1.5 and 1.75 cups of water. The higher up altitude you are, the more water the recipe requires. So those are some things. So there's the bake time and the amount of water that gives you the flexibility to play with. Another thing I wanted to maybe get you interested in starting is blend the flour with either a whole wheat. So I have here a whole wheat flour that has 14% protein. So that is, protein is an important ingredient in bread. It also helps the yeast to nourish and to strengthen. And then the other flour I have here is a rye, and I bought that at a grocery store where they have loose bulk levels of different flours and grains and so on. So this is a rye. Also, it's a 13% protein in an organic flour. So what I'm doing is I'm using 2.5 cups of regular white flour and then a half cup added on one of these here. It completely changes the consistency and the taste and flavor of the bread. It also lowers the glycemic index of the bread as you are blending different grains into it. So for those of you who have some sensitivity to gluten or bread, that's a good way to experiment and just play with it and buy yourself here a 5-pounder in the grocery store or in an open bulk bin. So happy baking!
I just want to say one thing. It's always 3 cups. 2.5 cups of white and then 1/2 cup, whatever you'd like to put in.
That's right.
Great.
Okay. Bye-bye.